But can I make it 2 wins on the trot by outrunning an expert tracker? America's FBI holds arrest warrants for around 6,500 people. And when they get a lead on one of these fugitives, they'll often call on a tracker to hunt them down. A tracker like this guy. Former police and FBI dog handler Jeff Shetler is an expert tactical tracker.
There's no rules for us. Everything that we can do, we're going to hammer you with.
He's tracked down hundreds of fugitives. And I'm going on the run from Jeff and his team of highly trained operatives. Have you ever had anyone get away?
One, he hasn't been found since.
As if outrunning Jeff isn't going to be tough enough, there's a second expert to worry about. His highly trained tracker dog called Ruin.
We're going to use every asset that we have. Dog's going to be on you. As long as you make it out of the woods alive, that's all we care about.
Okay.
You know, safety first.
Jeff and his dog can follow a trail across any terrain. But as a hustler, everything I do relies on not getting caught. So for me, this is the ultimate test. Now, normally, I wouldn't have a hope in hell, but I get to set the challenge, so hopefully I can find a way to win. So, I need to find out about the techniques and technology involved in tracking, starting with sniffer dogs. I've done a little bit of research online about how to evade dogs. There's a lot of articles, quite a lot of them are very strange, but basically what I need is somebody who knows everything there is to know about dogs. And I'm on my way to meet him. This is Blake Richard, a former Army canine trainer who has trained drug dogs for the police and now trains protection dogs, bomb detection dogs, and any other kind of dog you can think of. I'm going to go up against a professional tracker, and I need to evade capture, but I know they're going to be using dogs.
Confident in a dog's ability. If they're highly trained dogs, they're going to find you. And I'm even more confident in your lack of ability in knowing dogs. You haven't been trained to skills maybe to avoid a dog.
What makes these guys tick?
Let's talk about their nose and our nose. You know, you go over to grandmama's house, she's cooking a nice apple pie. You walk in and say, "Grandma, apple pie." Right? When a dog walks in, it smells the crust, the flour, the sugar. Anything else that's been in the oven for the last year, it breaks all that down.
Really?
All right? So when a dog tracks us, it actually tracks our skin cells. We are disintegrating as we speak.
Right now?
Right now, when you sweat, you drop more skin cells.
How about, like, scent on my clothes?
Well, a lot of times when they first put a dog on your scent, they've taken a piece of clothing from you, a piece of your shirt that's torn on a bush. Once it picks up something you left behind, it has your DNA. So the dog is on you now, and there's no chance of it veering off to another person. Dog's going to track you by the scent of air and ground.
So basically, I've got a DNA identifying machine running behind me.
Absolutely.
And can I just chuck food at them?
These are fundamental things that we train against. Well, I wouldn't be a good trainer if you could bribe my dog.
Right.
I would wear some extra clothing that you can leave behind. They're going to have to stop and investigate that.
Place something and then go the other way, maybe, something like that.
That's the distraction part. So it's going to slow them down.
Surely there must be a time where you say something, they go, "Do you know what? No, not today."
Tracking and attacking is what they love, and they don't get bored at it. Actually, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm scared. Wow, this thing weighs a ton. Blake got me kitted up, ready to take on his attack dogs in a worryingly well-padded suit. I needed to see firsthand just how determined all well-trained dogs can be when they're working.
Normally, we call this a crash course in insanity.
First up, I'll face this German Shepherd, an intelligent attack dog. If the first bite doesn't work, he's smart enough to bite somewhere else that does. Blake hands me a gun which is trained to respond to.
You ready, Alexis?
Yeah. Thankfully, these dogs are not aggressive by nature. They're brilliantly trained, so the second Blake calls them off,
Hold him, boy.
they're totally calm.
That's a big dog.
Now for an even bigger dog, a Rottweiler. Weighing in at 59 kilograms, Blake says it's an ideal restraint dog due to the sheer power of its bulky stature. This is the biggest dog, and I reckon he's big because he's hungry. So I've got a secret weapon. I've got steak. Ah, come on! Come for the steak! Steak! Oh, I missed the steak! Oh, God, he's big! Oh, big! Oh. I'm sorry, but their determination is just unwavering. Once they get instructed to go, I can shout, I can point a gun, I can throw stakes. Just ignore everything and just head for me. After experiencing these dogs firsthand, I'm starting to seriously doubt my chances. They're incredibly disciplined. Nothing I do will make them deviate from what they're trained to do. I've outwitted people in the past, but how can you hustle a dog? I think my best bet is to use their single-minded determination to follow a scent to my advantage and send them on a false trail. But the dogs aren't my only problem. Jeff's also told me he'll use infrared cameras which will pick me out in almost any hiding place. So to find out how they work and if they can be fooled, I'm meeting engineer and infrared specialist Joel Wells. I have set myself a challenge against a professional tracker. I've heard that they will be using infrared thermal imaging cameras.
That's very possible, yes.
They're quite difficult to fool.
It would be a challenge, especially on the run.
Do you want to show me what you have? Because you've brought some stuff.
Absolutely.
It's a lot smaller than I thought.
Pretty portable. So what these cameras do is they see energy being emitted off the surface of objects and translate that to a temperature.
There's a lot of theories about how to fool these cameras.
Right.
So I've got a bag here full of things that I'm going to use. I'll go into the woods.
Okay.
You get yourself set up, and we'll see what you can see.
Sounds good.
Okay. I've researched a whole load of ideas on the internet about how to beat these cameras. So, time to test those ideas out. Aluminum foil.
Sure.
Wrapping myself in foil keeps practically all my heat on the inside.
I lost your head and your midsection, but still got your arms and legs. If you could cover your entire body, it looks like it might work. You've disappeared.
I've disappeared. What about if I move?
You look like a hobbit.
But it also means I sweat more, leaving a stronger trail for the dogs. Plus, I can't see where I'm going. Oh, hang on, because I'm now falling over my skirt.
And now I can see you.
Counterintuitive as it may sound, you can't see through this. The plexiglass absorbs infrared light, making me invisible to Joel's camera.
You look like a square with legs.
How about if I move like this?
If you could navigate through the woods like that, that might work.
But out in the wild, being chased down by dogs, plexiglass is just not practical. But Joel did suggest a natural alternative which offered a glimmer of hope. Would I be able to cover myself with mud or something? Something that I could find?
You're still gonna have the outline of your body. Unless you were to do something like submerge yourself in water.
So these can't see in water?
They see the temperature of the surface of the water.
So if I'm about a foot underneath, you won't see me?
That could work.
What do you think my chances are of getting away?
It's not looking good.
None of the methods of hiding from infrared cameras I tried are going to work for my challenge. They're just not practical on the move. So my best chance is to try and throw the dogs off my scent and make sure the cameras never get near me. It's challenge day. I'm going to be on the run from expert tracker Jeff Shetler. And I'm not just running from him. I have a second expert on my trail. His incredible sniffer dog, Ruin. Not to mention the rest of his team and their thermal imaging equipment. It's challenge day today. I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve. Some of them I think will work, some of them might not, but I'm going to try everything because I don't want to get caught. I just need to make sure I don't get too nervous. Nervous is bad. Nervous means I will sweat, and that'll make it easy on the dog. So just need to stay calm. I'm not feeling that confident, and I don't have a foolproof scan. So I wanted to limit the time that Jeff and his team have got to track me. I hope I've learned enough to evade them, but there's only one way to find out. So this is what I propose to do. You give me a half-hour start, and then you have 90 minutes to catch me.
It's okay.
Yeah. Now, I've also got a few items in my bag. There's nothing specialized, something that somebody could pick up whilst they were on the run.
Right.
Okay, I will sound this air horn from
Right.
this spot.
Right.
If you could do me the courtesy of when you guys set off, just sound the horn so I can hear that you've started.
Okay.
Then I'll have to try and evade you for 90 minutes. I don't even know what lives in there. I don't want to know before you all jump in with suggestions. There's a piece of evidence that you guys need. Socks that I've been wearing for quite some time.
The scent article. The place you decide to take off from, just drop them right there.
Okay.
We don't want them contaminated or handled by anybody else.
I would have to ask you to make your way back up to the cabin so you can't see which direction I'm going to go.
Sounds like a plan. We're looking forward to it.
Great. Okay.
All right, boys.
They seem very confident.
Alex doesn't have a lot of experience in these woods. This is going to be new to him, and that's going to give us some advantage.
My 30-minute head start is based on the average time it would take Jeff to arrive on the scene when a fugitive escapes. Oh, that's loud. Here they go. Coming up, it's time to run and hide. But can I stay one step ahead of Jeff and Ruin for a full 90 minutes? I need to keep moving fast. Plus, I take on memory champion James Ponder in a battle of brains.
I have memorized pi.
How many numbers?
225, just for a bit of fun.
I'm Alexis Conran, and I'm drawing on years of hustling to find shortcuts to beat the professionals at their own game. I've challenged expert tracker Jeff Shetler and his team to hunt me down. I've investigated theories on how to hide my scent from dogs and how I can fool thermal imaging. But will these be enough to help me evade capture for a full 90 minutes? Here we go. Leaving a pair of my socks at the start ensures that Jeff's dog picks up my scent and not the camera crew's. I've got a 30-minute head start based on the average time it would take Jeff to arrive at the scene when a fugitive escapes. For me, this isn't just about putting distance between us. It's my chance to use a few key pieces of science I've picked up, which should hopefully confuse Jeff's dog. Come on, guys. The first part of my plan is to mix my scent pattern with something else. I want them to pick up a scent. Fish. So, the dog is going to pick up this fish scent. I'm going to leave the oil tray. I want them to follow me at this bit. So, come on, let's go. Dogs build up a scent pattern from lots of tiny elements. I'm adding to my trail by dripping smelly fish oil as I go. I hope I'll be able to use this to send the dog off on a false trail later on. Fooling the dog is one thing, but Jeff's in charge, and he's got stacks of experience.
We're dealing with really, really mountainous terrain. I wouldn't doubt that he hits some very, very thick, heavy vegetation in an attempt to slow us down. More than likely, he's going to try a water feature of some sort. 9 times out of 10, that's what suspects have a tendency to gravitate to.
There's water here. Water is good for me. Water will hide my tracks. I've still got this with me. I've also got with me an extra pair of very smelly socks. That is going to go down the river. It's time to ditch the fish along with the sock I've been wearing for days, sending 2/3 of my scent pattern floating off downstream. Now I've got another sock, so I'm going to throw upstream. Okay, that's the horn. They're on their way. I've got to make up some speed. My 30 minutes is up, which means now I'm being hunted. I've got to evade capture for 90 minutes.
The dog's going to have to work the scent pool because this is where everything happened, and the exit trail's not immediately obvious. So it takes a little while for them to get it. The way we start the dog in any situation is we want to identify our scent source, clear that area as quickly as possible, and then get the dog on the tracks. Oh, I think we got it. Let's go.
With them on their way, I just hope my first delay tactic helped me out. The dog is going to pick up this fish scent. Okay.
We got a lot of contaminating odors right here. Obviously, something happened in this place that's causing the dog to have some issues. We need to work through it and get that exit trail.
I'm confident that the fishy addition to my trail will buy me some time, but I have no way of knowing how much.
I think we got it. Let's go.
I'm holding up, I'm sweating. I'm worried about the FLIR camera, so I'm gonna have to cool myself down and then work here. Mud will help if the infrared cameras were close enough, but it should also stop me sweating and shedding dead skin cells, which the dog follows as part of my scent trail.
He's working odor towards the middle of the creek.
I just hope that Ruin picks up the false trail I left at the river. The sock and sardine left a scent trail in the air, which hopefully the dog should follow.
Let's just work him down the stream and see if he can pick up the scent trail out.
I've left my other sock on a rock upstream, away from where I actually left the river, as another delay tactic.
Upstream. Got the other sock? Tell us if you get an exit trail.
Nothing over here.
Nothing? I don't think they got out. What's he sniffing on? My 11 o'clock? You're getting some good activity right there. You see that? Getting some good scent right off the bushes up there. That's real good scent. Oh, is this where the exit was? I got a lot of crushed vegetation right over here. You got it?
Yep.
Let's go.
There's 30 minutes to go and I'm still a free man. I've got no idea if any of my tricks have worked or how far behind me Jeff and his team are. All I can do now is up the pace and try to put as much distance between us as possible. I'm getting pretty tired and I've used up all my tricks. But then I stumble upon an old chicken shed.
Try and get through.
The stench of chicken waste and chemicals is eye-watering, but Jeff and his team will have to follow me through here, and so maybe we'll overload the dog's scent receptors and cover my tracks. But I need to keep moving.
That's air scent right there. Oh, he got something good. Let's see if we can pick it up on the other side.
I don't know how far behind. As the clock runs down, I'm out of ideas and out of energy.
No idea where I am.
Right through the middle of a chicken farm. I've had that trick played on me before. Let's just see if he picks it up on the outside here. We got it. I was not going to fall for that one.
I need to keep moving fast. Just don't know how far behind they are. I am exhausted.
Absolutely exhausted. Feel totally drained. No energy at all. But good news is that 90 minutes is up. That's it. I've won. I've won. I've beaten the dog. I'm gonna let a flare off. The crew are gonna come and get me. Oh, that was loud. And it's coming back down.
Against all odds, I've beaten Jeff and his team. But ever the perfectionist, I can't resist the chance to try and get one over the infrared cameras too. So I'm heading underwater, masking my body heat and making me invisible.
All right, man, I got a backpack up here. Why don't you take out that FLIR real quick? Got it? Yeah, man. Check that out, man. Oh,
Hey!
woo! You get your man. Good to see you. How'd it feel?
It felt exhausting.
Did
I
it?
felt that you guys were constantly right behind me. I was paranoid.
Yeah, I mean, we could pretty much tell everything that you did. The only thing it does is just takes time.
I totally get what you guys do, and I think this dog is amazing.
After 90 minutes, I was dead on my feet. Another 5 minutes and I think they'd have got me. So giving them the slip for as long as I did is a fantastic result.
Fair fight. You did a great job. I would happily hunt you again anytime.
I really wouldn't like that to happen.
That's